hope everybody's been having a good week. I'm glad that we're able to come back together, and I know a few of you I actually had some conversations with this week, either phone or Zoom or email. So it's nice to see you again here. Yeah, it's just a chance to be able to take a nice breath and let out the week. Breathe in Shabbat, allow yourself to settle into wherever you're at right now. If you're at home, obviously you're at home. If you're on a couch or the table, or, just allow yourself to relax. If you want to pour yourself, an early glass of wine before you actually make Kiddush, I won't judge you. We're going to begin by singing Higale, the last stanza from Yedid Nefesh. We ask God to spread over us the shelter of peace, the Sukkot Shalom. And I think that's what Shabbat is. It's this opportunity to just feel protected, have a sense of peace and tranquility in our life, and not worry about rushing around. It's nice to be at Shabbat again, isn't it? The week is crazy. I don't know if anybody had a chance to maybe break the law this week, to go to the beach at nighttime, not during the day, but nighttime, to be able to see the bioluminescence. but it was really pretty remarkable. Thankfully, as of today, I believe you can actually get back out there. At least the parks and trails are now open again here in LA County. I don't know if the beach is actually open for hanging out on the beach, but I think maybe you can at least go onto the boardwalk, and at nighttime, if you want to make your way to the beach to see the bioluminescence while it's still there, it's pretty remarkable. The idea that there's beauty everywhere we look and everywhere we go, and Shabbat gives us a chance to be able to pause and be able to recognize that. We're not rushing and rushing and rushing. And Shabbat is what reinvigorates us to be able to then face the next week. Which is why when we sing Psalm 29, Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitain, God gives us strength. Right? It's the strength through Shabbat to be able to be refreshed, to be able to face whatever we need. And Adonai Yivarech et Amo V'Shalom, and God blesses us with peace, through that peace that we get on Shabbat. We're going to sing Adonai Oz together. Going sharp here. Excellent. So we get to Lecha Dodi, and last week we did this melody. I said it reminds me of being nowhere on the beach, and then and I said it was actually written by one of our musicians from Naor, Gidon Shikler. And then lo and behold, on Shabbat morning, Gidon and the family were joining us and sending their blessings our way. So we're just going to return those blessings right back and sing Gidon's Lecha Dodi. It's a fun little beach kind of melody. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela boi v'shalom ateret bala gam v'simcha u'v'tzola toch emuneam segula boi chala lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela boi v'shalom ateret bala gam v'simcha u'v'tzola toch emuneam segula boi chala lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat So I hope that puts you in a good mood. Just a fun, jaunty melody. It always puts me in a good mood. And that's really the idea. Right? We want to be feeling good, feeling happy, feeling relaxed as we come into Shabbat. So everything that we sing up until this point is really just about welcoming Shabbat. But the first psalm that we sing to actually mark the start of Shabbat is actually the psalm for Shabbat. So this is Psalm 92. So we're singing Tov L'Hodot. It's good to thank God. It's good to acknowledge God. And I want to speak a little bit more about this idea of Hoda'ah or Hod, of thanks or acknowledgement, when we come to counting the Omer in a little bit. But the idea here that it's good to enter into Shabbat from a place of gratitude. So if you all are up for it, I would actually love to hear from some of you regarding something from this past week or just this day for which you're grateful. So we can all maybe be inspired by your sense of gratitude. So if you do not wish for your picture to appear on a live stream out on our website or on Facebook, I invite you just to stop your video right now. You can stay with us, but just stop your video. Otherwise, in 5 seconds, I'm going to switch over to gallery view. So, all right. So if you'd like to share, it looks like there are only 4 of you showing your faces. So Mark, would you like to share something from this past week for which you're grateful?
I would love to share. Thank you, Rabbi. Over a week ago, I was in a bicycle accident.
Oy.
And I messed up my elbow and my thigh, and it was really bad. Except I got up and I walked away, and it could have been so much worse. It could be a whole different story right now. And I'm so grateful that not only did I get up and walk away, I didn't have a broken bone. I got back on the bike, and Ben was with me, and we just I'm still healing, but it could have been a whole lot worse.
Ah, Baruch Hashem. That's really wonderful. And we'll hold you in our hearts as we sing Ana Elna in a little bit, pray for healing, and tomorrow when we say Misha Berach as well.
Yeah, thanks.
Anybody else? Jeff, Cindy, anybody? Yeah, Cindy. Yep.
Okay. Since last Friday night, we got our PPP loan, our paychecks loan, to pay the salaries of our staff, deposited into our checking account. That happened on Tuesday morning, and it's been such a blessing not to have to worry about paying our staff for at least for 8 weeks.
Baruch Hashem. It was incredibly relieving to be able to get that news and uplifting, and it's really nice to be able to go into Shabbat with that. Jeff, you had your hand up as well? You have to unmute yourself. There you go.
This is tentative, but one of our researchers at UCLA, interestingly in collaboration with a guy at Tel Aviv University, of all places, might have a start of a breakthrough on the antibody stuff, where they find out what part of the antibody is actually killing the virus, and then that's a step to making it.
Yeah, fair.
It's at UCLA and Cedars and Tel Aviv University, three different groups all working together.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, we got the data. A lot of work for us.
Excellent. Well, Baruch Hashem, and God willing, that will actually result in a good vaccine, right? Based on, yeah. All right, I'm going to switch back over to speaker view. So thank you to the three of you for sharing, and I guess I'll share some gratitude. It seems so silly and simple, but we received in the mail today our little inflatable pool, so we can set it outside on the balcony and maybe actually hang out in some water and just relax over Shabbat. So I'm grateful for that. That'll be very nice. So we're going to sing Tov Lahodot, the psalm for Shabbat. לשמך עליון, טוב והודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, טוב והודות לאדוני. Todah L'el, we thank God for all the blessings in our lives, and even things that don't seem like blessings, we still acknowledge them that maybe they in fact are, and they just haven't revealed themselves to be blessings quite yet. I'm going to pause to sing Ana Elna, prayer for those in need of healing. Of course, Mark, we're keeping you in our thoughts as we sing this as well. If there's anybody in your life in need of healing this Shabbat, just want you to get them in your mind, think about them, even say their name out loud as a reminder to reach out, because the way that healing is brought into this world is not just through God, right? It's through us as God's agents, reaching out to others and letting them know that they are loved, that they're missed, that we're thinking about them. Shlema, a full and speedy recovery to all those in need. Whether you're suffering from just some pains or COVID-19 or anything else, we're thinking about you and want you to be better soon. And I guess now we're going to actually welcome Shabbat. We'll sing Shalom Aleichem, we'll light the candles, we will say Kiddush, and then at the end we will count the Omer. And before we count the Omer, I'll give you some words of Torah connected to this specific day in this process of the Omer, and give you something to be able to discuss over dinner. Whether there are others there with you, or if you're going to be speaking with others by Zoom, FaceTime, whatever, over dinner, over Shabbat, whenever. Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharit, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, ask those angels who guide us and guard us and watch over us to continue on their way, to be able to bless the next household and keep everybody healthy and safe. We'll light the candles. And Ben, I'm just saying maybe there'll be a question in trivia this coming week. Why do we light 2 candles on Shabbat? One of the candles stands for Zachor Shabbat, of remembering Shabbat, remembering it to make it special. And the other is Shamor Shabbat, to keep Shabbat, not to keep it from being like any other day, to keep it special in that regard as well. That's why it's Kadosh, as we learn that Kadosh is not just holy, Kadosh is separate or set aside, that we want it to be different than the rest of the week. Different to be better and different not to be as bad, right? So that's why we have 2 candles. We wave our hands 3 times, bringing the light of the candles. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Bless over the wine for Kiddush. Vayer vayivoker yom hashishi. Vayichu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzevam. Vayich Elohim bayom hashvi'i melachto asher asa. Vayishpot bayom hashvi'i mikol melachto asher asa. Vayivarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i vaykadesh oto. Ki vo shavat mikol melachto asher bara Elohim lasot savri. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta v'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha b'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. All right. And before we actually count the Omer, let's talk a little bit about what tonight is. I'll tell you, last night we counted 29 nights, if that gives you a sense of what we'll be counting tonight. And you might remember my little chart here. So last week we were in the week of Netzach, and this week we are in the week of Hod. So this is the 5th week of the Omer. We started with Chesed, and then we went to Gvura, and then we went to Tiferet and Netzach, and now we're into Hod. So the 5th week of the Omer, so we're in Hod. It's the 2nd night of this week of the Omer, so we're in Gvura. So Gvura Shebehod is this evening, this day. And Gvura Shebehod is best understood as discipline in acknowledgement. So how so? So the word Hod most often is translated as glory, right, or splendor. But the rabbis point out to us that the word Hod also has a connection to the word Hoda'ah, which, right, Hoda'ah is part of the word Todah, thanks, or Modeh, I acknowledge, I am grateful. And so this idea of Hod not only is glory, but it's also of acknowledgement. Right. So as we work our way from Pesach to Shavuot, we are going through this process where we're trying to refine our spiritual beings. Right? We're trying to elevate ourselves and to make ourselves that much better spiritually as individuals. So all this week, we are supposed to be focusing on this idea of acknowledgement. How can we acknowledge? But specifically tonight, we're recognizing how can we be disciplined in our acknowledgement. Right? So what I want to offer us is this Shabbat, finding some practice that you can do, that you can take on, a discipline, if you will, that serves the sole purpose of being able to acknowledge others, not just God, but others, for things that they do in order to make your life that much better. So maybe it's going to be over Shabbat dinner. You'll turn to the people sitting there with you, or if you're speaking with other people remotely, right? And just be able to tell them something from this past week or even today for which you're grateful, and just be able to acknowledge them for doing that, right? And if you're really feeling up for it and feeling really disciplined, really feeling that gvura, this Shabbat, then seeing what it could look like to maybe do that at every single meal. Right? We acknowledge God before we eat as the creator of the original source of all the food in front of us. Right? So while we're expressing that acknowledgement, why not turn to those with us to be able to acknowledge them as well? And if it's not going to be through food and your meals, right, find another way to really be able to have some set discipline in acknowledging others. So that is my charge for all of us. And the hope is that not only being able to say that acknowledgement, but when you also are able to receive that acknowledgement, that sense of pride or joy even that you feel in knowing that you've contributed to making somebody else's life that much better. Maybe that feeling is actually a little sense of that experiencing that glory of God, that uplift of our soul, bringing us closer to that divine, to that Hod Shemayim, that the glory, the splendor of the heavens above. And so with that, we're going to count the Omer. Again, last night we counted 29 days, so that should give us a sense of what we're counting tonight. And first we recite, Hinin muchan umzuman l'kayem mitzvat aseh shel sfirat ha'omer kamo shekatuv b'Torah. Behold, I am about to fulfill the mitzvah, the commandment of counting the Omer as it's written in the Torah. Usfartem lechem mimocharat haShabbat miyom heviechem et Omer hatnufa sheva Shabbatot mimot tiyena. Ad mimocharat haShabbat hashvi'it tisperu 50 yom. So you should count for yourselves from the day after the first Seder, right, when you bring your wave offering of barley, 7 complete weeks, until the day after that 7th week, which should make 50 days for you. And now we bless Al Sfirat HaOmer. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Kitshanu B'mitzvotav V'tzivanu Al Sfirat HaOmer. And we count Hayom Shloshim Yom Shehem Arba'a Shvuot U'Shnei Yamim LaOmer. Today is 30 days, which makes 4 weeks and 2 days of the Omer. So with that, I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom. Tomorrow morning we have services streaming at you, or actually you can even participate as well. So that's going to happen 10 a.m. We have Havdalah at 8:15 tomorrow night, 8:15 in the evening. Then we have yoga on Sunday at 9 a.m. We have 7 o'clock or 7:30 p.m. on Monday. We have a class in the prophets, not an economic class. This is a Tanakh class in the prophets, the Nevi'im. This is with Rabbi Dan. Then Tuesday at 2, we've got Torah Tuesdays, which I teach. And then we have Thursday evening, it's either 7 or 7:30, we have our adult Hebrew class. All these programs are free. So invite you to participate with us, to learn, just to be more involved and stay connected to the community. And to give you something to be looking forward to, because we obviously are counting now, today was the 30th, so in 3 more days, it will actually be Lag BaOmer. Lag BaOmer is most commonly celebrated with bonfires. So if you have any outdoor space, maybe you want to light yourself a little fire and roast some marshmallows, sing some songs. The idea is that at the Lag BaOmer, the idea is that there was a terrible pandemic, if you will. There was a plague, and all of Rabbi Akiva's students were dying. Lag BaOmer is the day that they stopped. It's also the yahrzeit site of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, Rashbi, who's the founder of Kabbalah, of Jewish mysticism. So Lag BaOmer is a joyous day. It also marks the period where we can now all of a sudden get married again and no longer be in a period of mourning. So it's a very joyous time. Not only is Lag BaOmer coming up this week, But also then in a couple more weeks, we have Shavuot, and we're going to be participating in a citywide virtual Tikkun Leil Shavuot with lots of communities participating. So you'll be able to learn from lots of different rabbis. Take a look at Facebook, and in your inbox this coming week, there will be more information about that. So wish everybody a Shabbat Shalom, and I look forward to seeing you soon. And actually, those who are here on Zoom,